Good evening, I'm Abdullah Hussein. Welcome to Albalad's weekly roundup, where we bring you the key stories from Sudan this week. The chairman of the Transitional Sovereign Council and Commander-in-Chief of the Sudanese Armed Forces, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, declared that the army will not lay down its arms until the country is cleansed of all rebels and mercenaries. Al-Burhan also emphasized the army's commitment to crushing the RSF militia led by the Dagalo family, labeling them as terrorists. Our battle with the enemy is ongoing. We will neither retreat nor surrender, and we will not negotiate with any party under any circumstances, as Al-Burhan declared. In a significant diplomatic move, sources from the U.S. State Department have confirmed the official recognition of General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan as the head of Sudan's Transitional Sovereign Council. The U.S. has indicated its readiness to use this title in all official invitations and communications moving forward. The Sudanese government announced today that a delegation led by the Minister of Minerals, Mohamed Bashir Abu Nammu, will travel to Jeddah for consultations with the U.S. government. These talks are in response to an invitation to attend upcoming negotiations in Geneva focused on resolving the Sudanese conflict. The Dutch embassy in Khartoum has been occupied and looted by the RSF militia, according to the acting Dutch ambassador. This act has sparked international condemnation and raised concerns over the safety of diplomatic missions in the conflict-ridden capital. Sudan's ambassador to Egypt, Lieutenant General Imad Adawi, has requested Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's intervention in addressing the educational needs of Sudanese refugees in Egypt. The ambassador emphasized the exceptional circumstances faced by Sudanese students and urged for special consideration in their educational arrangements. Sudanese refugees who were stranded in the Olala forest of Ethiopia have started their long journey back to Sudan on foot. Their first checkpoint is in the Comer area, marking the beginning of their challenging return back home. Port Sudan is on the brink of stabilizing its electricity supply after the successful trial operation of an alternative 60-megawatt power transformer. This development is a significant milestone in the region's infrastructure recovery efforts. Sudanese businessman Al-Cardinal has initiated relief efforts for the residents of Abu Hamad, sending convoys of aid to those affected by the recent flooding in the region. His intervention is expected to provide much-needed assistance to the struggling community. Isa Hayatu, the former president of the Confederation of African Football (CAF), has passed away. Hayatu was a significant figure in the African and international football, having led CAF for nearly 3 decades. Severe flooding in northern Sudan has caused widespread concern over potential environmental damage. The heavy rains have led to significant water accumulation, raising fears of adverse impacts on local ecosystems and agriculture. Durman Maternity Hospital has completed renovation work and it's set to reopen next week, resuming essential healthcare services for women and children in the city. Sudan's Federal Minister of Health has announced that preparations are complete for performing 100 pediatric heart surgeries next week. The operations will be funded by the Ministry of Finance, providing critical healthcare services for children in need. Mozambique's president has welcomed the deputy chair of Sudan's Transitional Sovereign Council to discuss the ongoing crisis in Sudan and its regional and international implications. The meeting highlighted the importance of diplomatic engagement in addressing the conflict. Sudan has appointed Abdulaziz Hassan Saleh as its new ambassador to Iran. Saleh presented his credentials to Iran's acting foreign minister Ali Bagheri, as both nations look forward to strengthen diplomatic ties following the reopening of Sudan's embassy in Tehran. The governor of Al Jazeera state has issued a decree cancelling the previous order to form the Supreme Committee for Popular Resistance, Mobilization and Support. The Ministry of Education in Nile River State has announced the results of this year's primary school exams. With a 78% pass rate in public education, notably 3 female students achieved perfect scores of 280 marks, showcasing their academic excellence despite the ongoing situation in the country. That's it for this week's top stories. Thank you for watching and see you next Friday on Albalad News. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.